somehow more anime has been delayed, and this time it's Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. Every time I make a video on this topic, about 12 to 24 hours later, there is another anime that is straight up getting either delayed or indefinitely delayed, and honestly, it's ridiculous. This is absolutely a ridiculous start to a new year of anime because countless projects have just been delayed, and just to name them all, Nier Automata, we have United Up, we got the Ayakashi Triangle, we have the Fate series, now we have Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, and also the Misfit of Demon Academy is probably very soon to follow as well. So when we just look at all these continuous back-to-back delays, it's like, holy crap, what is going on? So this was an official statement from the official Twitter account of Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, the anime that's currently coming out right now, and this is what they said. Due to the spread of the new corona infection, we have decided to postpone the broadcast and distribution from episode 7 onwards. We are very sorry to all of you who are looking forward to the broadcast. Please see below for details. Now, this right here is just like, once again, it's the same thing. The same type of message for a different anime. However, there is a mix-up to this story. If anyone watched the video I made yesterday on this topic, you will know that I pointed out that all the anime currently that has been delayed, like for instance what we had with, Nier, to also what we had with Ayakashi Triangle, United Up, etc. All these series had one big thing in common, and that was Aniplex was the producer. That was what we saw in common, and if we backtrack like a year past, we saw that, Aniplex was forcing 86, the people working on 86 to kind of churn it on out very early when it obviously was not done. And so you could kind of connect the dots and assume that's probably what was happening with all these other projects. And not to say that COVID isn't playing a part, but there definitely is other things going on behind the scenes, especially when you have big tier high up there animators calling out Aniplex yesterday for a lot of the stuff that's going on. So we fast forward to today, and we have this series, Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, that has been delayed. And some of you might be wondering, does this mean that Aniplex is associated with this anime? And that is where the story gets fascinating. We pull this up, and obviously we can see who's working on it, the licensors, etc. We can see the producers right here, and all that, the studio that's working on it. And one thing in particular is you do not see Aniplex, a part of the producers. However, there is one person that stands out, which is Kadokawa. And they also are very, very notorious for doing very similar practices that Aniplex has done. Now, once again, this is not saying that Corona isn't a reason for this delay. That is not being said. The thing is that it could be being half and half. That there is an overall production meltdown, breakdown, and there's just not enough staff to work on it for whatever case or whatever reason may be. The point, though, is that this right here basically says that the series is going to be delayed for a long while. And apparently it's gonna, start, airing again back up in April, which is just, holy crap, that's just so long from now. But let's get into the point. What does this overall mean that it is Kadokawa and this delay from episode 7 onwards? Because if anyone's been keeping track, basically, the new anime, most anime right now that's came out for this year is only 3 to 4 episodes in. That's how many episodes we're kind of already in. And so when you think about that, you're like, okay, so why is it being delayed from episode 7 onwards? That's a few weeks out. Well, that's where things get interesting. Most anime that, come out nowadays, they're actually still being worked on when they release. Now, I don't know the exact health of every single project and stuff in anime that comes out, but most of the time, let's say when an anime is airing, let's say episode 1 airs, they might be working on episode 4, 5, or 6. That's probably what's happening at that time. And so when you look at episode 7 onwards, it means that even though, episode 3 or 4 just recently aired for this anime, they're trying to work on episode 6 and 7, and they can't get it out. They just can't. And this basically shows that something's going on behind the scenes, or it's not going to get done. That's it. Which is kind of strange, because there's oftentimes where we see stories of animators trying to get the last part of an episode done hours before it potentially broadcasts. So when you think about that, it just goes to show that something else may be potentially going on here. Whatever the case may be, though, another anime has been delayed. And it just seems like Winter of Anime 2023 is the season of anime delays. It honestly reminds me at the beginning of 2020. And it's just like, okay, what is going on here? Like, legitimately, what is going on here? It's just wild. I mean, there's a lot of anime. I think, like, someone did a count yesterday in the comment section. Someone said there was, like, 60 anime or so that's airing for this season. That's a lot. So that's a lot of anime. Like, to put in perspective, go back 10 years ago, you had about maybe 25 to 30 anime a season, which that was already insane as well. But when you put in perspective how it's doubled nowadays, like, man, it is insane. But anyways, back on topic. Yeah, so the series delayed. I think it's supposed to return back, in April. I don't know. It could still be indefinitely delayed. We'll have to see. I'll keep you guys updated. But, yeah, let's see if there's any more delays in the upcoming 12 to 24 hours from now. But, okay, be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.